Stocktoncon Game Fest. Wow, it's a wonderful environment. Lots of gamers here, all different types, from tabletop, to video games. You name it, we've got it here. And with Terrashock Gaming, we've got lots of free-to-play consoles, ranging from Super Mario 3D World all the way over to Tekken Tag Tournament 2, Halo, Rocket League, Super Smash Bros. Melee, Street Fighter 5, Pokken Tournament. You name it, we've got it.
One of the things I have noticed is that you guys have arcades. I think that you call it cabinets.
Yes.
Right? Do you guys buy those yourself, or is it like something that you rent?
The arcade cabinets were provided by probably another vendor, but the arcade cabinets are definitely something to have, in a con like this. It's pretty much the establishment of how games began. How a social environment of video games came to be. Everybody's all in one room playing different games, playing with each other, and having a good time. So I definitely see it as something that's really nice to have here at Stocktoncon.
So one of the things I have noticed is that you guys have really, really classic console games.
Yeah.
Which is the oldest one?
The oldest one, if you really want to date the oldest one, that's Pong. Pong on the Atari 2600, if I'm correct. I'm not old enough to know that for sure, but I've been around that time. But if my memory serves correctly, my history's right, then yeah, I think Pong's probably the oldest.
Are you guys planning to do it next year?
Yes, actually, Mike and I are already talking about providing Terrashock Gaming here next year. We're having a blast today. Everybody's been having a good time providing all the tournaments that we have here today. It's been wonderful seeing all these new faces, that are being introduced to the competitive scene, for Street Fighter and Smash and more. It's a wonderful experience, and if you're not here, you should definitely come next year. It's definitely something worth having.
So far, we have been touching positive stuff. One of the things I want to ask: have you get any complaints so far, like about the consoles or the people?
I mean, if you want to say complaints, not enough games. You got to have more. Enough is never enough. But no, honestly, no, I really haven't heard any complaints from anybody here. Everybody seems to be just having a really good time. The amount of things that people can buy here and do together. They got different tournaments here. They have different arts and crafts. And they have just all different types of games. It's kind of like walking through like one huge museum and like theme park. I really haven't seen much of anybody say anything wrong here. Stocktoncon Game Fest and what Terrashock Gaming here is doing here is a great thing.
Okay, I just want to touch like that scratch of Terrashock. Is it like something that you created, or is something that you are part of?
So Terrashock Gaming is mine. I'm the founder and sole proprietor of it. Terrashock Gaming started out as something that I actually have been doing for a long time. This is my 4th year in tournament organizing, and before then it wasn't under the brand Terrashock Gaming. It was just something that I used to do for my spare time. It wasn't until March that I was offered a contract deal from Red Bull to do like some sort of a sponsorship where we could provide free energy drinks throughout our tournaments, and they were just wanting to know, what's your brand, what's your name, and I was just like, well, I don't have anything yet. So it just kind of came to be over the phone. I'm just like, Terrashock Gaming, and here it is. We've been in it for about 7-8 months now, and we're off to a great start. It's been wonderful. The amount of support that we get is tremendous.
So from the things you have told me, sounds interesting, and I personally have found it quite amazing that Red Bull decided to help you guys. So,
long story short, I happened to meet somebody that was also a Smash Brothers player like myself at another tournament at a Merced college, and it just looked like somebody that was about our age, just looked like a player, and I just was talking to him, and then surely enough, I find out he's the Red Bull sponsor, and I'm like, hey, I run tournaments too. What can you do? And of course, he's in a different district, so he couldn't help me out, but he reached me out to Sacramento's office, and they were blown away by what we're doing. So they were more than thrilled to help us out.
How many tournaments have you run in general?
How many tournaments?
Yeah.
Goodness. I've run, from what I can remember off the top of my head, there was a tournament series that I used to do at this old card shop. We ran about 60 weeklies there all at once, every week, and then eventually we ran to 2 times a week. And now we do them on a bit of a reduced basis. We do them bi-weekly, once every other week now. But the turnouts for them are massive. We're getting like 60 to 80 heads a night, when we do them Monday bi-weeklies at the McHenry Bowl in Modesto. So if you're ever in the area, definitely come check it out. It's quite a fun time.
So I never heard of Terrashock Gaming before.
Okay.
So I'm brand new to this.
Right.
And I think some of the people who might end up watching this might think like, what games do you guys make tournaments about?
So we specialize primarily in Super Smash Brothers, the newest one on the Wii U, and the oldest classic one on the GameCube, Melee. Both have a really big following, so we definitely want to cater to that. I'm a big fan of Smash Brothers, and that's where this pretty much all began, my hobby in tournament hosting. But we do Street Fighter, we do Pokken Tournament, which is Pokemon's, love letter to fighting games. It's basically like Tekken, but Pokemon. And we also have other games that people bring in too. It's Guilty Gear, Blaze Blue, Mortal Kombat, you name it. Like I said, we'll host it. But yeah, primarily Smash Brothers, Street Fighter, and Pokken.
If you guys are planning to come back, are you guys planning to bring more games to the field?
I mean, definitely. I've heard a lot of feedback today from what people have requested. I've heard a lot of people saying that they really want to see more of Rocket League. They want to see NBA. So definitely some sports games and some shooters. Overwatch was a huge one. We're definitely getting into the Overwatch scene. It's the crazy amount of support behind that game is incredible, and we definitely want to make sure that we can cater back to that, because if the community speaks for it, we'll deliver for sure.
Thank you so much for accepting this interview.
My pleasure. Thank you very much.